everybody. Welcome to a Memorial Day edition of Watch or Not with Jay and MJ. I'm one of your hosts, Jay.
I'm your other host, MJ. Warn me before you
That
go.
was lively. That was lively.
Warn
You're welcome.
me before you jump in like that.
I've been playing that for 4 days. Hi, everyone. So again, as we said the last time we had this issue, we have some explaining to do. We're like Lucille Ball over here. Always got an excuse for something.
Lucy.
But this is a really valid excuse. So as you know, this is a podcast.
It is.
What do we use in a podcast?
Our voice.
I lost my voice last week, guys. Like it was like I was working at an office thinking it was cute because I was like la 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 la. Look how deep my voice is.
I literally told you talk dirty to me.
Yeah, and then like the next day it was gone. So we obviously couldn't record last week because I would have been sitting here like a silent, just like actually I did speak to someone and they were like, you sound like your voice is going to give me nightmares.
By the way, that sounds glorious though.
What?
You sitting here and being silent for 1 week.
So
Just gonna gloss right over it and keep moving on.
Whatever.
Okay.
It wouldn't have been as interesting, would it?
It wouldn't. I mean, you still would have had the looks. Example A.
But it's a podcast. Like everybody can see the looks. You need to calm down.
We have a YouTube channel.
You need to chill out.
As we mentioned before, we have a YouTube channel where these are going up as video podcasts as well.
Yeah. So you guys, in case we have it like continue to
belittle the point.
no, talk about it. Yes. Videos and shit.
Yeah.
On our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Go find that shit and watch.
And interactions on Spotify.
Or watch endless. Well, you could do that. Well, you could cue the audio up on your phone or your Spotify app or your Apple podcast and then press play on that in the YouTube at the same exact time. Or I guess you could just mute the TV. Or you could just, I don't know. Figure it out, people. I don't know how to do this. You figure it out.
Okay.
You
yeah.
do
You
that's your homework.
Yeah.
So I stumbled into like I don't know what was going on the TV yesterday, but like it was just like all Tommy Lee Jones movies for some reason. I was like,
what channel?
Did he die? I don't know. Pop.
Please don't tell me.
It was Pop. He didn't die. But it was weird because like it was or maybe it felt like it was all day because I have YouTube TV now. And if you don't close the app, but you like if you don't close the app, but you get off of the app, it automatically starts recording the channel you were on. So like,
well, like pauses and like you can pick back up where you were.
It DVRs it.
Yeah,
and like The Fugitive was on, where Tommy Lee Jones was like a U.S. Marshal or something. And then like later there was another movie with Wesley Snipes, and I was like, "Ooh, is that Passenger 57?" Because it was on a plane. And I was like, "What is this fucking movie?" Because Tommy Lee Jones was in the movie, right? And I was like, "Oh, he's a U.S. Marshal." And then I was like, "Oh wait, is this a spinoff from The Fugitive because he was so good?" And then like, but what was in the movie is they were transporting prisoners, and Wesley Snipes was one of them somewhere.
It's not Con Air
in a plane. No, it wasn't. And then the plane like crash landed in like a field, rolled down a hill, and then ended up upside down in a river. I don't know why. And I was like, what is this movie? And it was called U.S. Marshals. And I'm like, this had to have been a Fugitive spinoff.
I've never heard of this.
I have. But yeah, all day long. Or it felt like all day because YouTube TV can't pause it yet. So today, you guys, on our docket, we have a TV party of 3, and we're reviewing an ABC show.
I know. TV. What? What is that?
Yeah. The Company You Keep.
So, fill in, people.
Fighters Keepers.
Tell them what our party of 3
Reapers.
is.
Huh?
Do you have anything to talk about before our party of 3?
Probably. I just don't know what it is yet.
Okay. I mean, you haven't talked about your donut story for this week.
It was very clear today.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually I was really pissed actually on Thursday because I got like, I never get their breakfast sandwiches.
Yeah.
And I got one Thursday and I had to go to that training and I couldn't finish it. I was mad about it. But I got a bacon, egg, and cheese croissant. Croissant.
Sounds delicious.
And the bacon was like perfectly crispy.
See, okay, are you a crispy or a chewy bacon guy? I'm assuming crispy.
It depends. So if I'm eating bacon just like
by itself, yeah,
I like it to be crisp. I like it to be like my cookies.
Okay,
crisp edges, And I like it to be like, I like it to have a little chew.
Yeah, I get that.
So I like the edges to be crispy but chewy
Okay.
on the inside. On a sandwich, though, that doesn't work because you can pull the bacon out, it doesn't break.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's too brittle, if it's too crunchy, it just breaks apart.
Like a BLT where it just disintegrates the moment you bite it.
This bacon was like it had the perfect bite.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't chewy. It was just the perfect amount of, it was crunchy bacon. So like when I bit into it, it was the right kind of snap. It was it was just really good bacon.
That's good. It's hard to do that.
It is very difficult.
I tried a new breakfast place this weekend.
Yes, let's talk about. I'm kidding. Let's go.
I forget the name. They just opened up at the end of River Road. I forget if it's Haymarket.
He's like, I have a story to tell. I have incomplete details.
Sorry, I can't remember if it's Haymarket or like it's down on River Road. I think it's Haymarket.
This bitch is like, I went to a new breakfast spot. It was delicious. What is it called? I don't know, but I ate there.
Yeah, Haymarket. It's down on River Road.
Okay.
Their coffee is delicious. I actually have had good coffee in Louisville now.
People who say that people who are like they don't have good coffee, to me it's a little bougie, and I don't think that it's like true that there's like good coffee. I think it's a myth. I think good coffee is a myth. What is good coffee?
Where you don't have a burnt flavor.
What are you talking about?
Okay, at a specific brand.
Are you scooping coffee out of like a gas station coffee pot?
No. So if you roast the beans too long, it burns the beans. That translates into the flavor you get in your coffee in the extraction. So there are certain places that roast their beans too long. All of them taste burnt.
To steal something from Las Culturistas that I heard this week, likely story.
So this one, I got a mocha, and you could actually distinguish the chocolate. You have more acidity to it. It didn't have like a strict, like burnt flavor to the beans. It was a. I hate you so much. I don't know why we do this podcast.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm excited that you got good coffee.
You know what? I'm just gonna shut up. You know what?
No, but what about that breakfast food?
It was a great. I actually had a I forget the farm. It's a locally sourced farm they got the sausage from, but it was like a grilled cheese. It was like a buttery bread, like a brioche bread with a nice egg, like a locally sourced sausage patty, and some cheddar cheese. And you could taste the butter on the bread. Like it was one of those really nice grilled cheese kind of where nice. It was good. Yeah. It was really good.
Are you a sausage patty or a sausage link guy?
If I'm eating
if you say links, I'm gonna flip out.
If I'm eating it on a sandwich, 100% patties, I will go between links and patties if it's just on a like plate.
Patties all the way.
See, but the only reason I like links, I kind of got turned on them was Hardee's. Their sausage and link breakfast sandwich is really good to me. But Hardee's also makes their biscuits fresh every morning, so that's why I like it.
I don't know if that one down on Westport Road do. I don't trust they making them every
They're
morning.
Supposed to.
Some of them people.
But yeah, the sandwich I had was delicious. I had to wrap it in like 3 napkins because the butter was just so like gooey, but like oozing. But it was delicious.
Go ahead with but that doesn't mean it was bad.
No, it was a good sandwich.
Might I add? Because this is gonna sound weird. I'm gonna expose myself here.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes when like a piece of meat has like a little bit of gristle, I kind of sometimes don't mind chewing that. Is that gross? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, so another piece of meat, like you cut it and it has meat on it, but there's also like a little bit of fat on it.
Like a bigger piece of fat cap that didn't render. Yeah.
Yeah, like not like a bigger piece, but like it's got meat on it. I'm not saying I'm cutting all the fat off and like chewing the fat.
Well, yeah.
I mean, like I cut a piece of meat and there's like a little edge of fat on it that's like been rendered, but not like all the way.
But it still dissolves in your mouth.
But it's got that flavor already. I think that's really good.
See, okay, as long as you don't take it. So my old golf coach from high school, he would cut all the fat off of his steak when he got it, save it till last, eat his steak, and then take the fat, dip it in the au jus sauce, like the little like ramekin, and then eat the fat. That's a little much. I can't do that.
Sounds hot. I'm kidding, it doesn't. Oh my god, that guy on the Spider-Man 2 trailer was hot.
Oh, Craven
Hunter. I was like,
for those
this man can get it.
For those of you who don't know, Sony released gameplay footage and new footage of Spider-Man 2.
You guys, I sent the most inappropriate
Wow. What was the text? Hold on.
I said he's hot, and he's like, I'm like, whoever this man is in the Spider-Man trailer. And he was like Kraven the Hunter, and I was like, he can hunt this hole.
Yes, it was. Yeah, he's bad. Big and bad. Hunt this hole, Kraven.
And then I said,
ew, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. I know when I've gone too far. I apologize.
At least you're self-aware.
Because I said it, I was like, yeah, that's.
But yeah,
he could.
Did you like to look at the gameplay? Did it look good?
Yeah, it was cute.
I think
it's cute.
I'm concerned because I didn't read some of the press release. I thought from the way it looks, you're gonna be able to switch between Miles and Peter.
That's what it looks like.
The description says at certain key points in the story, so I don't know if it's gonna be mission based.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
but okay. So you guys, party of three. So today, since we were doing an ABC original show,
yes,
we figured we would be like, hey, what are your favorite ABC original shows? And we kind of put a cap on this because we know TGI Friday, TGI, yeah, thank goodness it's Friday. TGIF, we know that was an ABC thing, right?
It was. Now, and let me ask.
And we felt like picking those shows might be a little bit of a cop out. But if you did, it's fine. But we tried to be a little bit more.
I separated this, so I have two options on my list. I want to know: are we doing strictly TV shows, or are we including like Jeopardy's? Is that an option?
Is that an ABC original?
It's an ABC show. It's on every night on ABC.
I mean, if it's an ABC show,
yeah,
to me.
So game shows included.
If it's an ABC show.
Okay. That determines which list I was going to go with. If it's
on the telly.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And it has the little ABC do.
Well, I mean, 2020.
Wait, or is that ABC?
2020 is an ABC show, but it's a news show, and I'm not going to include 2020. If you like 2020,
nah. Ugh. But you know what I do like about 2020? Fucking David Muir. God, that man is hot. Have you guys seen that man? That man. Let me tell you before we start, because I don't know who it was. I was at home one day, and my mom was like, "Have you watched David? Have you know who David Muir is?" I was like, yeah, I know who David Muir is. She's like, "Man, he is."
Do you know who?
My mom was like, "He is hot." She goes, "Me and your auntie think he is the sexiest man." I was like,
"Mom,"
I said, "But he white though." She's like, "I know." I'm like, "Yeah, he's David Muir can get it."
Okay,
he can. So, do you want to start?
Yeah, Jeopardy. That's why it was on my list. It's the show, and the reason it's on there.
Yeah.
When Emily and I eat dinner, it's right around the time Jeopardy comes on.
Yeah.
We usually have Jeopardy in the background and eat while watching it. Like, so it's a family thing. I like that.
Yeah, I like Jeopardy. I think Jeopardy's cool.
I do miss Alex Trebek, but I will say the two new hosts are doing a pretty good job.
I think I lean towards Ken Jennings.
And I've seen this. I think Mayim
sexist.
Well, I think Mayim does more of the like celebrity and I don't know, like the one-offs. They're not like the everyday episodes.
He just seems more knowledgeable than her, which seems closer to Alex Trebek than
which is hilarious because you know what her actual degree, like she's a neuroscientist. Like she has a highly educated PhD.
That'll be the bitch no trivia.
She may.
But it don't mean she do.
Okay.
I just think Ken Jennings seems, to me, he seems more of like, I'm going to continue the Alex Trebek thing.
Yes, he's a good like what Alex was. He kind of has the same feel.
Right. He picked up the torch.
Mm-hmm.
I think Mayim Bialik was like, why gotta be a torch? You know, and I think she's trying to kind of make it her own, which is fine.
And that's where I like her with the celebrity ones because I think she has that like rapport with some of the celebrities because she runs in the same circles, so she can joke with them more than Ken can.
I think I don't know,
but I like
Jeopardy.
Yeah.
My first shit.
Do you not remember your list?
No.
Did you write it down?
I did.
Okay.
My first was, honestly, I don't know how much I love this show, but Desperate Housewives.
I never got really into it.
And I finished it, and I get that, but like Desperate Housewives was like it was like I think for me it was like one of the first like kind of murder mystery type things that I watched that was kind of like that. And I think a lot of shows like that, like the little like Pretty Little Liars kind of did the whole same thing about this person was killed and we don't know how. I thought it was cool. I thought it was cute. I thought it was smartly written for the most part. But I think I remember when that show came out, it was like
Wisteria Lane, baby.
It took over.
Yes.
So
well, I think that's what led to like Cougar Town and things like that to come on air.
Yeah, maybe so. So I remember really, really enjoying that show when it was out. I do think that I think it slid down the hill a little bit, obviously.
I got through season 1.
But I was excited for Terry Hatcher's renaissance. I was. You know, coming from being the brown-haired bimbo in Lois and Clark, The Adventures of Lois and Clark.
True.
Which was another ABC original show. Dean Cain.
I didn't know that was ABC. Okay. Okay.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right. My second is Abbott Elementary.
Bitch, did we just talk about this last week or 2 weeks ago? Do you already have this on the list?
So you're saying I can't repeat shows?
I mean, I guess you can. Go right ahead.
We never set out that this had to be original every week.
It's fine. Go ahead. Tell me why.
The comedy is great. I like that it's kind of like, yes, it was on my like mockumentary list because I totally forgot it was a mockumentary. But just like the levels of what they bring and the difference between every teacher. Like no teacher is the same. I don't think there's a character that's the same on any of them. And they all bring such a great personality and mix together and they work well together. And I feel like that's what a school really kind of has to be.
Yeah.
So I believe that this could be a school in Pennsylvania or Philadelphia.
I believe.
But it's just the comedy alone is 100%. I mean, the episode I always go to that I recommend for people to watch is the one where they talk about Bone Town.
Oh,
the barbecue place.
Yes.
Like it's just a funny. Like I mean, if I'm gonna do it, I might as well fill myself with meat or fill my holes with meat or something. Like it's just the way they say things, and like it's hilarious to me. I don't know. It's funny.
I get that.
Yeah.
For me, I would have to go with a short-lived show that should not have been short-lived.
Okay.
Pushing Daisies.
I don't know that one.
Pushing Daisies was really my first like introduction to Lee Pace. You know who Lee Pace is? Currently he's in Foundations on Apple TV. But he's been around. But it had Lee Pace. It had Chi McBride in it. It had Kristen Chenoweth in it. Swoosie Kurtz. Like it was, and the show was basically, it was about this man who had the power to bring things back to life. But the caveat was that if he touches something and brings it back to life, if he touches it again, it dies again. So basically the premise was that he started liking this girl, and I think that she tragically died, and he touched her to bring her back to life, but then obviously
he can't ever touch her again.
So there was that, like, and it was like kooky, it was a little campy, it was a little crazy, and I remember it being really, really good. I really enjoyed it. I think it was canceled way too soon.
When did this? I didn't even look at the dates.
I want to say it was 07 through 09, 07 through 08, possibly.
But 07 to 09, October 3rd, 07 to June 13th, 09.
I know, girl, I know.
That was a quick turnaround on that, like getting canceled.
I know.
Okay.
ABC. Yo, turn.
If you don't see what my third one's going to be, you don't know me. Scandal.
I mean, yeah. I mean, well, obviously it's Scandal. I mean, I had Scandal nights. I have the glasses.
Yeah, exactly.
At home. How many times am I walking with the bag on my arm like this?
It's the reason I tried popcorn and wine together. That's what her meal. She would always drink the wine, eat the popcorn. That's all she would eat.
I mean, I did that before that.
I never did that before. I never thought popcorn and wine would go together.
You can drink whatever when you eat something.
But I still want the flavors to go. Well, I'm not going to be drinking hot chocolate when I'm eating a steak.
You could. You used to drink chocolate milk with every meal.
No,
when you were a kid.
I didn't like milk.
Yeah, I'm done with him.
You don't know me.
But Scandal, yes, for two reasons. One, Kerry Washington's amazing.
Exactly.
Number two, Tony Goldwyn.
Fits.
Molly. You in danger, girl.
Live.
Because he was a ghost. Did you know he was a ghost?
Who?
Tony Goldwyn.
Was he?
Have you never seen Ghost?
The movie?
The movie Ghost.
No, I have. I didn't realize he was in that.
I was about to...
Wait, what is he in that movie?
I was about to... You guys, like, there have been a lot of movies that should be on his radar that he hasn't seen, and it's fine. Things happen. But if he had seen Ghost... I was about to rip this place
I will say,
apart.
I've seen it once.
Yes, he was the villain. He was one of the villains.
I don't even remember that.
He was Patrick Swayze's best friend. And then he tried to make a move on Demi Moore's character, trying to make a move on Molly.
Again, I've seen it once. I don't remember. What's he look like in that movie?
He looked like he looked now.
I was going to say, he
only
don't,
younger and hot.
He don't age. He does not age.
I can't remember what his name was. It was Molly. And then it was Carl. Was it Carl? Was that his name?
Probably.
Why are you looking at shirtless pictures of Tony Goldwyn? Yeah, look at this. He looking at shirtless photos of Tony Goldwyn over here.
That was from Ghost, wasn't it? Yeah.
But you look at the shirtless photos.
That doesn't.
And now he's trying to touch it on the screen. He trying to live vicariously.
No, again, that does not scream fits to me when I see that.
I mean, he looked like him.
I mean, yeah, when you say it, but
he died tragically too, because like the little shadow demons like driving away and everything. Oh my god, that part scared me a ghost, y'all.
I didn't realize that was him.
I mean, I knew because I was like,
because you gay, you into it.
Yeah, y'all fucking hear what you just said to me. You just said because I'm gay. Why just call me a fag while you're at it? Didn't think so.
I would never use something that derogatory.
I do. I love it. It's such a great word. I'm like, God, you're a fag. Like, people are like, what? I'm like, yeah.
The things we learn about our friends.
Kind of are.
Oh, wow.
And I call non-fags that too. I'm like, you're a fag.
Damn.
It's fun to say.
How many times are you going to say it before we jump to break and review the show?
People I say it to know I'm being funny. So, to me.
You know what? I'm not even going to talk about things you've called your friends in the past. I'm just going to keep. You know what I'm referencing. Let's go to break.
That's still my favorite nickname. It was horribly derogatory, but
don't you dare say it.
I'm not going to say it, but when you told me about it, I was like, oh my god, that was clever. I loved that. I loved it. Oh my god. Oh. I wish I could get that back into my rotation without alienating people, but geez. I gotta figure out a way.
Oh my god. Stay tuned.
God. That was one of my better ones. Like,
oh my god.
I have to give myself a pat on the back for
I can't with you right now.
Oh my god!
I'm tearing up.
I'm just thinking about all the moments when I was able to use that, and I'm just like, ugh.
I'm tearing up right now. Oh my god. Okay.
God, that was so good.
Let's go to break.
I gotta write that down somewhere so I never forget it. I've got to put it in my Apple Notes, and then one day my Apple Notes go, "What's this note for?" And I see it, and I'm like, never forget. Stay tuned for this week's review. Never forget.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Again, today we are looking at ABC Original, viewable on Hulu, The Company You Keep.
Yeah, so...
Do you want to get the rundown? I normally read this. I'll let you read this time.
So I went on my own synopsis.
Okay. Write your own.
I'm creative.
Use your own words.
This show, guys, people,
tell me.
He's, and theys. This show is about a family of con artists, which has like a really hot son involved. and then he falls in love with a CIA operative.
Mm-hmm.
And it tells the story about how his con artist past or current and her CIA operative current job status as well, how they like combine, also merge, and also what's the word? Reflect?
Reject? Look, I'm not.
What is it where you push the magnet and it pushes the stuff away?
Repel.
How they repel each other.
You have to give credit for me at the bottom in your.
You can read the real synopsis and say how close I was. If I wasn't.
Tells the story of a con man, Charlie, and undercover CIA officer Emma,
Hey,
a night of passion.
Buddy. Slow down there, buddy.
We got to do that.
Start over. You gotta make it last when it's good.
Tells the story of a con man, Charlie, and an undercover CIA officer, Emma. A night of passion and night's love between the pair, who are on a collision course professionally.
See, I said collision. I did this. That's what that means.
Well, of course we know.
That's what the fist together and then they pull apart. Like it's the collision. They're on a collision course.
Okay.
A collision course of love.
I'm not. Look.
On the wings of love. That's all I know. You know that song?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the song, but I've heard the song.
Who sings it? Is it Luther? That's not Luther. Take these broken wings. Who the fuck is Jeffrey Osborne?
Apparently the person who sings On the Wings of Love.
Oh, what's another song with wings in it? Wind Beneath My Wings.
Do what?
The Wind Beneath My Wings.
Oh.
What else? What else? No, you have to get it out of your brain.
I don't have any of this in my brain.
You don't know any songs with the word wings in them? Broken Wings, Wind Beneath My Wings. Okay.
Yeah.
We lost it.
Okay.
So, casting crew.
Yeah.
First off, we have the unimaginably hot Milo Ventimiglia.
I was going to say, I'm not going to attempt his last name.
It's Milo Ventimiglia.
So.
Who plays Charlie Nicoletti.
What do you know him from?
He bursts onto the scene, chest first, mouth slant first. Sexy mouth slant first.
Okay.
Because I thought when I first saw him in Heroes, which is when he burst onto the scene, I thought it was Sylvester Stallone's sub because I was like, this is way too exact for it not to be.
Do you know who he played in the fifth Rocky?
He played his son.
Yeah.
But that's where I know him from. I know him from first off from Heroes being just sexy and
I was gonna be critical of you if the next one you knew him from was the next big show he was in.
What, This Is Us?
Yeah. Because he was a huge part of Gilmore Girls, which I've watched multiple times.
I tried to watch that and I couldn't get into it. I didn't like those people; they were annoying.
But then Heroes was the big one that, like you said, like I'm proud that's the first one you know.
So I guess he burst onto the scene in Gilmore Girls or whatever the fuck, but whatever.
But Heroes is the one I like him the most from.
So he plays Charlie Nicoletti, who is he's the son.
He's a confidence man. Like he's the quintessential attractive con man.
Yeah. Next, we have
Catherine Haina Kim,
okay,
who plays his love interest Emma Hill, CIA operative.
Yeah,
who is undercover most of the time. She doesn't even her family doesn't know she's in the CIA. She's in a special branch, I'm assuming, of the CIA,
maybe
that runs out of a business that looks like a statistics firm or a
logistics firm.
Thank you. She's a data analyst. Is what she's claiming to be, which I think is actually what her degree was.
She does logistics.
Logistics. Okay.
Yeah, she gave that long, all right. Next, we have Sarah Wayne Callies, who plays Birdie Nicoletti, who is Charlie's sister. We know Sarah Wayne Callies. I like Sarah Wayne Callies since Prison Break days, where she bursts onto the scene. I know I'm talking about how everybody bursts onto the scene. That's my thing, but she bursts onto the scene in Prison Break. She was the nurse who fell in love with She was the prison nurse who fell in love with Whitworth Miller's character in the show.
I watched one episode of it.
So she was in Prison Break, and then we know her as the maternal figure, Coral's mom from The Walking Dead.
That's what I know her from.
And then she's been in a couple other things, but I've always liked her.
She was in Letterkenny for 4 years. She's in 5 episodes.
Oh my gosh, she does play Anita Dick. That is her. Just can't tell it's her. You can't.
You can't. Her. I know.
Maybe is she from Canada? That's probably why she's in it. She's probably from Canada.
I'll go look
in real life. You don't need to know. But next, who do we have?
Sorry, I went to her page. We're gonna go down the line and kind of go into the family. We have Polly Draper.
Draper.
I'm doing it now to make fun and have you correct me.
No, you did. You did that all fucking part. You did that, but you didn't know that was Draper. You said you knew it was. Whatever. Who is she?
She is Fran Nicoletti. She's the mom of the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have the dad, William Fichtner, who plays Leo Nicoletti.
Mm-hmm.
Now, William Fichtner, y'all.
So that he's got that great daddy kind of going for you?
No, because I'll tell you the first thing I ever saw him in was this movie back in the early 2000s. It might have been 2000 or 2001. What's a movie called Go?
Oh.
And it had I think it had Scott Wolf in it and a couple other people. And there was a scene where he's butt ass naked. I remember it vividly. And that's how I know him. That's the only reason I remember knowing him from that. And I thought he was hot back then.
Well, and I'm going through all of his credits, and honestly, as I know the man, I know the face, I know the sound. I didn't watch a lot of the things he's been in.
Yeah, he's been around a long time. But like I said, the only thing I really remember him from was Go, because he was naked in it.
Okay.
And because that time I was pre 18 years old, so I was scouring the TV for any kind of male ass.
This is what I remember is the Blades of Glory. That's why he's that's the big one.
He was in As the World Turns? Whatever.
Yeah.
I almost feel like we can stop there unless you think that there are other people. I guess there might be one other person.
I was gonna say I'm trying to find her on here. Yes, thank you. Felicia Terrell, Terrell, Terrell.
Well, that is Terrell. I need you to learn these names. It's Terrell. Where you get Terrell from? Terrell? It is Terrell.
I said Terrell.
Sound it out.
Terrell.
Boy, you know that ain't no fucking Terrell. It is Felicia Terrell. Terrell.
Playing Daphne Finch.
Terrell. That is Terrell Jones.
But she plays Daphne Finch.
Yes, and who is Daphne?
Daphne is
she be?
The illegitimate daughter of a drug lord from an Irish mafia.
Oi,
are we calling mafia? Or is it whatever?
I don't know.
But she is trying to
crime syndicate.
Thank you.
The syndicate. Did we do that already? Did we play a game where we were trying to name different names for shady organizations?
I think
and
we did.
I was you could throw any name out there. You could be like, the syndicate obviously is one.
Yeah.
Which has probably been used.
True.
What's another one?
I mean, we could say organization.
That's the only but a goodie. I like it. It's simple.
It is.
But it conveys what you needed to convey. So I like it. The organization. Yes. Props on that one. There's got to be more, right?
I mean, if you want to go to, I've always heard the family.
I mean, I don't like that one as much.
But it's I'm part of the family.
I don't like it. We're throwing that one out.
Okay.
The iron, the steel, I don't know. I have to figure this out now.
What's the one? It was
the Paragon?
The Peaky Blinders. What do they call themselves?
Oh, I don't remember.
Were they a gang?
Gang isn't enough of a word.
I don't know. Okay. But no, Daphne Finch is we find out she's the illegitimate daughter of the crime boss of the McGuire family.
Yeah, they're like the Irish mob or the Scottish mob, I guess is what you.
But they're dealing in opioids, and she's trying to bring more traffic into the U.S. So she's the main target of Emma, the CIA agent.
Right.
Yeah.
So when we get into this show, we obviously we could talk about the first episode and kind of what puts Charlie and Emma on this collision course.
Yeah.
Emma is engaged. Actually, both of them are engaged. And
was Charlie? Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Emma finds out her husband's cheating on her.
Fiance,
yes.
Yeah.
And then Charlie, after he finishes running a job where they steal $10 million from Daphne Finch and Patrick McGuire, after he runs that, his girlfriend or his fiance actually steals the money from him and runs away.
Because we find out it was, I don't know if it was crypto, but it was all on one little card.
Yeah.
So she took the card he assuming was going to be brought to the bar later, and she ran.
And she ran. So they lost the family because the family does cons together.
Yeah.
So they lost all that money. So they're both like, so Charlie and Emma kind of end up sitting next to each other in a hotel, and they're all heartbroken and blah, 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 blah.
Well, because Emma goes to find her husband, fiance, whatever, at the hotel currently. And the fact that Emma walks in and the girl he's cheating on her with goes, "Are you cheating on me?" Like, it had obviously been a while.
Yeah.
And then Charlie had booked the same hotel to celebrate the job being done with his fiance.
With his fiance. So he had that room that he paid for already. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So that's when they go on their collision course, and they're both like, she's like, "I'm a hot Asian girl." He's like, "I'm a hot Italian guy
who knows how to make a really good Negroni."
Whatever. And then they like basically hang out all night. They don't have sleep together until like night 2 or 3, which is supposed to give us the illusion that this is a real connection. They don't sleep together. They just lay on the couch together.
And then based on the scenes that we saw, they didn't sleep for like the next 3 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like, I mean, that's just
a lot of drinking, a lot of eating, a lot of other activities.
A lot of hole hunting.
All right, Craven.
Yeah, he was. Craving some craving some whole.
All right.
And she was craving some Polish sausage. That wasn't clever at all. But so yeah, so they're like, you know what? I like you, you like me. Let's be a good family. And but they don't know. They kind of start like their conversations like they're kind of like, why do people have to lie? And he's like, I'm a bartender, and she's like. Or he's like, I'm a ballet dancer.
I'm a
she's
yoga
like,
instructor.
You know, I put together Legos. I don't know. They start
yoga
going back and forth.
instructor and a rocket scientist.
Right. And as they're kind of going back and forth, she says to him, I work for the CIA. And he goes, I'm a con man. And
because she's like, tell me one that's not a lie.
Right. It's like, so and he says, I'm a con man. And she says, I'm a C. And but they both take it as like, we're still playing the game.
Exactly.
So they tell each other the truth, but don't really tell each other the truth. So after that, obviously, we do see in a lot of these episodes, you know, that the first part of it is really kind of like separate. We see that Emma is, you know, we don't really see what Emma's doing, but we do see a lot of what they really kind of focus on Charlie in the first part because obviously, so Daphne finds Charlie and says, "Hey, you stole $10 million from me
and got whatever the McGuire head is." Patrick put into jail.
And yeah, Patrick went to prison.
Yeah.
So she's like, you and your family are on the hook for this $10 million plus 5, so $50 million, and you all need to pay me my money.
Yeah. So she's literally shaking them down to make her the money back that she lost because this was the money she's also going to be using to build the opioid ring she has in the U.S.
The empire.
Oh, okay. I like it.
Yeah, the empire. So that's why, and then as the show goes on, you know, he is like, obviously they don't want to be under somebody's thumb. They want to do it. Their big thing with the cons was that they really only con people who deserve it.
Yeah. So and you really find out like even towards the end that they do it for the betterment of their neighborhood and the people they care about.
Yeah.
To give them a chance for a better life.
Well, no, they're doing it for themselves.
Well, okay, yes, in the beginning, as towards the end, like literally almost like the last scene of the show is them talking about who is going to do this for the people in our neighborhood, if not us.
Like, yeah, it becomes more noble.
Exactly.
But they're doing it for themselves. But they're like, we only have our marks are only, you know, people who deserve it, kind of thing.
Which is why they were working with the McGuires because obviously they're opioid dealers, they're drug dealers, like. Yeah. They need to take them down, but not take them, but like still their money because they can afford it.
Yeah, and so we during this we kind of are learning that the person that Emma's big case is on is the McGuire family.
Yeah. So
now she's tracking Daphne, and she doesn't know that Charlie obviously is being forced to. She doesn't know that he's a con man, and she doesn't know that he's being forced to really work for. Really work for Daphne. But the only other layer we can really bring into this is Emma's family. And I don't know how big of a piece of a layer it is, but she has a brother who is running for Senate.
David Hill.
Her father was a senator way back in the day as well.
Yep.
And none of her family knows that they think she's logistics. They don't know that she works for the CIA. So that is also a little piece of the story that comes in later, but that we won't really spoil, but we'll just say is there.
Well, and I think the only other piece that I think we need to mention is I mentioned Daphne, we found out is the illegitimate child of Patrick McGuire. She does have a brother who thinks he's going to inherit. So there's a conflict between
Connor.
Yeah, between Connor and Daphne as well. Because he automatically assumes he's taking over the family.
Connor. I don't know why that's the only word I can say in Scottish Irish.
But yeah.
There's another one. Lollybrook. Lollybrook. Oi is English.
Okay.
And maybe Australian.
But yeah, that's kind of the general gist of everybody and how they interact.
I'm trying to remember Outlander and to say words that Jamie Fraser says. I've watched that show to pick up a Scottish accent, but for some reason my brain just won't do it.
Okay.
I don't think you want me to do it either. I think you want me to fail.
I'm just letting you have your time in the spotlight.
Emma's brother was kind of cute though. Like David Hill, what's his name?
Tim Chow?
We're gonna say Tim Chow. See, it's okay for you to mispronounce names that we obviously can't mispronounce, but Tyrrell. Draper. I mean, cool girl. Now see William's name. That's a hard to pronounce. Fitchner.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you his
Well, I was going to say this one.
That one you can really just sound out.
Ventimiglia.
Ventimiglia. You're welcome.
But no. So yeah. So it's the whole show does center around maybe just like a couple jobs until Charlie gets out from under.
It gave me some Alias vibes.
Yeah.
A little bit, like with the wigs and a little bit of the mustache.
Can I say how good his sister Birdie was in the show? How much like with the bob cut blonde wig, and then she'd throw on the next look, and like she always had something new.
It was very Aliases. It was very much like let's put on a costume.
Well, I
disguises, like glasses with noses and mustaches, hats, weird wigs.
I have to say that, like, but Birdie to me, and maybe we can get into like Bay of the Week here. I thought Birdie was a good front runner because she had a different kind of backstory. She had different motivation on why she was kind of doing what she was doing. She played a much bigger part in all these different roles she did for the cons. And then she didn't really like Emma, but then towards the end, you see that she starts kind of working with Emma a little more. We won't go into why. But I feel like she had a wider range than anybody on the show. So I'm throwing up Sarah Wayne as my option for Bay of the Week.
That's her name.
Birdie. Sarah Wayne Callies.
Y'all see that pause? He was like, if I look at this last name, Birdie. Because I thought you was going to say Corleys.
That is not an O.
But Collies. I thought you were going to say Collies because it's Call. Call.
I thought about it.
But you said it right. Good job.
But no, I'm throwing her up as my option for Bay of the Week.
Y'all know I love any Sarah with three names. So SMG, SWC, SWV, Sisters with Voices, you know. What else? Is it SMG like a technology thing too?
I'm also thinking it's a gun. Submachine gun.
It is. Submachine gun,
yeah.
SMG, SWC, what's the other three-letter S? Sarah Jessica Parker, SJP. Y'all know I love a Sarah with three names. So I'm okay.
Okay, then
I did like her the most. I just liked her the most.
The only other option, I liked the dads, but not enough to be.
I only like the dad. The only thing that pushes him forward is the memory of his ass from Go.
That doesn't play into this show.
I know, that's why I'm saying that's the only reason why I would do it. That's why he's not.
All right, Birdie Nicoletti.
I can't be given a Bay of the Week because of somebody where they ass looked 20 years ago.
For all we know, it still looks that way.
Would I argue it? I probably yeah. I mean, but she's there and she's good. So Sarah Ray Callies really did kill. She really did kill it for me in the show. Like she really was cool and good, and she looks gorgeous. By the way,
always
look just great. And I love seeing her in a show where she isn't like fucking downtrodden, because in Prison Break, Snicker was so full of stress, and then in The Walking Dead, she was so emaciated. You know, like this was actually like it was cool to see her have fun.
The fact that you could see her have fun and be part of like the Khan family and then go back and be a mom all in the same show. Like she had a range. Yeah. She had a lot.
I mean, I'm not gonna try and like, talk about this in this way where I'm just trying to, lift the intellectual properties of what Babe of the Week really is. But I agree with your assertion and your comment.
Did I say you could touch me?
What?
Did I say you could touch me?
Like I need fucking permission.
Look, this is a consent-based society.
I don't play with that game. I'm from the 80s and 90s, like consent. What? I'm kidding. I'm kidding, you guys. I'm kidding. Obviously, consent is a good thing. No is a full sentence.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
Did you know no is a full sentence?
It is.
No. Period. So, is it the watch or not? I can start.
Okay.
So here's the thing about this show.
I saw where this is going.
I kind of like it. I don't. There was nothing that was super super offensive to me. Were there a couple of things that were a little like? Obviously, there's a couple of things that are a little predictable.
Did you want something to be offensive?
I think there were things that were like they were going a predictable route, but they decided to take a hard left, which was nice in some instances, which I liked. I think that the plot is kind of cool. I really thought the stronger episodes were the episodes with the heists. To be honest, I thought those were those were the fun episodes. Like I really was like, ooh, this is fun. This is cool. Like I loved those, and I think because of that, I would say I like it. I think the story was strong. I think it was a strong story. And I enjoyed watching it. I'll say that. That makes it sound like I'm like capitulating, but I'm not. Like I actually did enjoy watching it. It wasn't a show when I went to watch it. I was like, oh, I gotta get to the show. I was actually like, oh, was I wondering what's happening next? I don't think it did that for me. I don't think I was that like deep to like, oh my god, what's happening next episode? Nothing like that. But I liked watching it, so I would say watch it.
I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna say definitely. It's a watch. It's one like you said. You got there before I did. That I wasn't like hanging on every episode.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, oh, I got to get in the next one. I was like, oh, I get to watch the next one. Yay! But I wasn't like rushing to get there.
I was about to say yay. Like I'd be like, oh,
it was enjoyable. When I watched, I was like, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's fun. Like I had those moments.
Yeah.
So yes, but it's definitely a watch. I kind of wish, and this might be a nitpick, I kind of wish they would just keep it at one season. They set up for a second, and I don't think I like the way the plot's going.
I actually think that the way that they ended it could be the end of a show.
I would hope it is. I kind of hope it is the end of, like, I don't think it would be bad if it continued, but I don't think it would be as good.
Right. I do wonder how you translate this to a second season, but I could see the way it ended being a good ending. I don't think it's a cliffhanger.
No, like you understand what they want to do. We don't need to go there with them.
Right.
Yeah. So the first season, definitely worth a watch.
Yeah. I would agree.
Yeah.
Yay.
That was quick and easy enough.
It's easy to talk about a show that's like concise.
Yeah. I don't remember any like loose strings, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't like there weren't like a lot of real like plot holes in it. Like I like they really just it could have been one of those shows where it could have been just convoluted for no reason, but they didn't make it convoluted. The twists were realistic twists.
And the characters sold what they were doing.
Yeah, I think if there was a weak link, I do feel like, and this is like, if I say weak link, I'm not saying this person was bad, but we're gonna name the character's name of who we think was the weakest link. Not necessarily like a bad link, but just the weakest link out of the whole cast. We're gonna name it. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3. We're gonna name that character's name. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Fran.
Emma. What?
I didn't like the mom.
I like the mom.
I think her character, to me, was the weakest character.
I thought the acting was the weakest for Emma.
See, I can agree with that. She's probably the least.
That's where I was going.
Okay, I thought you were talking about the character.
And I thought that she wasn't believable. Okay. But I'm like, on a list of all these characters, who would I put at the bottom of the list? I would put her at the bottom.
Okay, if we're talking about acting, yes. Emma was probably out of the ones we've mentioned and the main characters, Emma was the least substantial actor. But the character I didn't like was the mom.
I mean, honestly, I would like Daphne. Like I was living for the ponytails and the coats. Given she was giving some Olivia Pope at the end of the show, like when she was the authority.
Yeah.
The authority.
Oh,
that's a good one. But what was she? She worked for the company. Was it the company? What did she work for at the end? At the end, Kerry Washington.
Oh,
it's Scandal. Sorry. And like Joe Morton was in charge of it for a while.
Oh God!
Fuck, I can't remember what it was called. What was the company, the organization, the triad? Are you gonna Google it? Scandal Shadow Organization.
Yeah, let's go with that.
What?
I don't know.
You gotta put TV show. It's
go on, but yes.
I don't remember what it was called, but
we'll find it later.
It might have been what is the secret?
It is as hers.
That's dumb.
Okay.
But she was giving me like that with like the jackets and the outfits and the heels and the white like pant. And like
the episode where she went and had brunch with her girlfriend from like college, I was like, Jeremy, this is you right here out at brunch, sipping the mimosas, make them bottomless.
Let's see. I like she was just cool to me. I think it was just her overall coolness. Like I was like,
I liked the character
because I never hated her.
No,
I will say I disliked her. I disliked her because she was a villain. But I will say that I gave her props because the way they dressed this girl up, I was like, these outfits and this ponytail, can't do enough with it.
I will say that you brought up a point that I didn't even think about till she flip flopped a lot for me.
Yeah, I'm not talking about her acting or her.
But like her motivation in the show.
I'm talking specifically the way she looked.
Yes,
looks.
Fair enough.
This bitch brought looks every episode.
Yes,
like and I was behind it. I was behind it. I loved it. Well, that's this week's episodic adventure. Happy Memorial Day.
I was gonna say you better say it or I will.
I mean, I'm gonna get myself in trouble. Well, happy Memorial Day. What is Labor Day?
What is Labor Day?
Like, what do we celebrate with Labor Day?
The unions and people who work.
Oh,
workers.
You told me this. I asked you this before.
Yeah.
Never mind. So we will also, I don't know what our next episode is going to be, what it's going to be about, but we will have one next week, just so you all are aware.
It's on Prime. It's got Stanley Tucci in it. I think that's one we decided on.
I mean, just say it, bitch.
Citadel.
Oh. I thought we were doing Fatal Attraction. You guys were having an on-air conversation.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about it afterwards.
Like, I mean, we can talk about it now. Don't try to cut me off. You see, this is what he does. Like when there's a hard conversation coming up, he likes to be like, "Oh, let's put a pin in that," and then never like remove the pin.
I'm just saying it doesn't need to be done.
I'm kidding.
On the video,
that's a joke. I'm kidding. All right, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, please, that our host is Spotify. There are questions in the Q&A. There's a poll.
Yes.
And a poll that you could take place. That you could, any hole is a goal. That you could partake in.
Okay.
If you want to interact, partake.
Also, if you're enjoying videos and watching these on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and like the videos.
You can leave a comment too if you want, if it's nice.
We read and respond to all of them.
Don't be a dick about it.
True.
Yeah.
Do
you like my new hat?
Is it new?
It is new. I got it free in a GQ box. I like subscription. I have a subscription box because I like getting things in the mail. That's the only reason I got it, because I don't like I like getting things in the mail. That's why I order things a lot, because I just like to receive things.
Like
items. Like my phone just went off because I have 2 packages to pick up. So I don't know what they are. I don't know what I bought. Like at this point,
oh my gosh.
At this point, Amazon's like, "Do you want to put everything in one box?" I'm like, "No, I don't receive I want to receive each item that I order from Amazon in a completely different box, a different day."
This is great.
So that I know something's coming. So I have something to look forward to. God damn it! The little things in this life are what are keeping me sane.
Well. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next week.
Deuces.
Bye. You've been listening to Watch or Not with Jay and MJ.
Interact and give us suggestions on what to watch at watchornotpodcast@gmail.com.
You can follow us on Twitter at watchornot_pod.
And don't forget about Instagram, you guys, at watchornotpod.
Don't forget you can support the pod by joining our Patreon at Watch or Not with Jay and MJ.
And subscribe and leave a review wherever you guys listen to podcasts. Talk to you soon.